Have you ever changed a diaper? How many steps would you say it takes? 3? 5? What if I told you 14? I know it seems like a lot, but as a mom and a childcare worker of 7 years, I can tell you it is that many steps. These steps are done to ensure the safety and hygiene of the child that you are changing. It is important to make sure that the environment you're changing a child in is safe and clean. Following these steps will help make sure that the child is always safe and clean. So, first you want to prepare your area where you plan on changing a child. So first, you need to pick where you're most likely to change your child. Are you going to change them on a changing table, or as many parents do, change them on the floor? You want to pick something that's safe, so ensuring that there's not a risk of falling for the child, or not changing them in the middle of a high traffic walkway where somebody may try to walk through as you're changing a child. You also want to make sure that it's easily accessible so that you are more likely to continue to use the area. Next, you want to set up your area. You want everything you're going to need to change the diaper in the area before you start the process. If you're using a changing table, the best thing to do is to use the shelves provided on the changing table to have everything you need. If you're using the floor, I suggest a basket or a tub where you can have everything that you just pull out when you're ready to change a child. The things you will need are diapers, wipes, hand sanitizer, a change of clothing, and if needed, diaper cream. So now that you know how to prepare a station, we are going to talk about the steps to changing a diaper. These steps may seem unnecessary or excessive at times, but they are all best practice to ensure proper hygiene. So first, this is going to be my changing station. I would not suggest using a container like this, but I needed to make sure everybody could see. You're going to want to make sure that everything you need is out and ready before you pick up the child to change their diaper. So I have my wipes, a change of clothing, the diapers, and my hand sanitizer. So if I was changing a boy too, I would preemptively take out a wipe, or they have things called PPTPs for boys to prevent boys from urinating on themselves or on the person changing their diaper. This is to cover the penis so that this doesn't happen. So once I have everything out, I'm going to hand sanitize my hands. This is to make sure that we're not introducing more bacteria to the child while we're changing them. Next, I have my child. Thank you. They're beautiful. So next I have my child, and what I would do first is remove any clothing that would stop me from changing a diaper. So pants, undoing the onesie to on the bottom of the clothing. Next, you're going to take your clean diaper, undo it, and place it under the child before removing the soiled diaper. I'll move that so you can see better. Next, I would have my wipes and take my wipes out and undo the soiled diaper. And at this point, if you had a boy, this is where I would suggest covering the genitals so that they don't pee on themselves or you. Then you're going to clean the child, and the best way to do this is to grab them by their feet and lift up and wipe from front to back. This is to make sure that all debris and everything is pulled away from the genitals instead of towards it. This protects them from getting UTIs. So we always want to go from front to back. Once you have cleaned and wiped the child, you put your dirty wipes inside the diaper and fold it. Make sure the child's clean, and then remove the soiled diaper and set it aside where the child cannot get it. If you have a garbage can within reach, throw it away, but do not walk away from the child to do so. At this point, we would put on diaper cream if needed. They have diaper cream spatulas you can get. That way you're not having to use your hands directly. But since you sanitize, using your finger to apply cream is perfectly fine as well. So once you've done that, you're going to reattach the clean diaper. And once the diaper is back on, you are going to snap their clothing back on. And at this point, we suggest that you grab a wipe and wipe off the child's hands. This just makes sure that grabby children who like to, grab the things around them or grab at their genitals don't have anything on their hands. And then you're going to place your child in a safe place before you clean up your station, and then either wash or sanitize your hands again, since you did just change a soiled diaper. So those are the steps to properly changing a diaper. But there's still more tips to go with it to just ensure that your child is safe during this process. Also, if you would like a step-by-step grid, like pictures of how to change a diaper, Pampers has a diagram on their website that show the steps, as well as the American Academy of Pediatrics has them for how to properly change a diaper in the household and how to do so in a daycare environment. So a few things that you're going to want to remember is if you're changing on a changing table and it has a strap or a seat belt, to always strap your child in to ensure that they don't accidentally roll or fall off the changing table. If there isn't one, then you're going to want to keep a hand on the child at all times. This is just to make sure that as the child gets older, they are going to try to wiggle away from you when you're changing a diaper, and we don't want them to get hurt. Never leave a child unattended at a changing station, because this can lead to injuries if they fall. If you're changing on the floor, make sure that you place a barrier between the floor and the child. This is to make sure that whatever's on the floor does not get on the child, and this includes like debris from shoes and people walking and pets and anything like that. And it also protects your surface in case of accidents. A key thing to remember is the proper way to wipe. If you wipe from back to front, you're risking giving the child an infection or a UTI. And because children generally don't have the speech to tell you when something is wrong and what hurts, it's important to prevent these ahead of time. But if you would like more information on how to recognize a UTI or infection in children, the CDC has guidelines under proper changing techniques. You can also go to the Cincinnati Children's Hospital page where they talk about other problems associated with changing diapers, such as diaper rashes and how frequently to change diapers. So young children needing to be properly cared for and cleaned because they can't do it themselves. And us as adults who care for them need to ensure that we are doing so in a manner that keeps them safe and keeps their environment hygienic. Following these directions for changing a child will help to make sure that they are safe at all times and that you are doing everything to make sure that they are clean and healthy in the process. It when you think of changing a diaper, it's generally not something you think of as fun or enjoyable, but following the steps will at least make it easier for you. Thank you.